what's toe tapping? Can you demonstrate it for us?
So toe tapping's my favorite. And toe tapping is where you lay on the floor. Let's see if we can figure this out. You'll see my treadmill. There's my treadmill in my office. So you lay on the floor. I'm going to just show you the lower half of my body, I think. Let's see. So you see my feet?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the movement's completely from, let me see if I can get this. The movement's completely from my hips. Watch my toes and my feet. This isn't so good. Okay. This is toe tapping. So do you see how?
Gotcha.
So look at.
So it's not from your ankles.
Right. It's not this. I'm rotating from the hips. So here I am rotating from the hips.
Got it.
And then I lay flat. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is what I do. Oh, sorry about that. Something just happened there. Let me get out of there. All right. So can you see me?
Yes, we can see you. We just need a little more on your ankles. There we go. On your feet. We can see your hips. But yep. So you're also moving your knees?
No, the knees don't move that direction anyway. It's all rotation from the hips. So okay. The way to learn how to do it, can you see my feet?
No.
Okay.
Can't see your feet.
The way to do it is to start just like this. Okay?
There we go.
Everybody can do this.
Okay.
Everybody can rotate, and then you start tapping the toes together. That's when it gets a little more difficult.
Okay.
So can you see me now?
Yes, we can see.
I'm laying flat.
There we go. Perfect. Yep. Got it. That's a great view.
Okay. So I put on rhythmic music.
Okay.
I close my eyes. I relax. So the first thing that happens is that your toes hurt a little. People say, ow. That goes away in about 30 seconds. The next thing that'll happen is there'll be a little burning in the thighs. That will go away. And it depends on how long. So I get people to do it the first time for at least a full song or 2 songs, so 5 to 10 minutes, unless they have chronic pain. If they have chronic pain, then you want them to do it less, because chronic pain is blocked energy. So if you have a chronic pain syndrome, I tell you to do it for 2 minutes a day in the beginning. Because if you add energy into the system with chronic pain, you can get a flare. So I do it for 5 to 10. And I would say the discomfort and the actual, like your hips unlock, usually happens in the first 5 minutes. So I put on rhythmic drumming music. I actually have it on a CD that I did with Dr. Weil called Energy Medicine for Self-Healing, or Self-Healing for Energy Medicine. Anyway, I'll find out the name. But he and I did one together. But so you can do it listening to me, but you can also look on YouTube and find people doing it. And so you tap for at least 5 minutes if you're not having chronic pain, sometimes 10. You relax, you close your eyes, you put on loud music, and you just tap. It's amazing.
And what's it doing for us?
Okay, so it's doing liver, stomach, and spleen in terms of Chinese medicine acupuncture treatment. It's like an acupressure. And it's also working with the lymphatic flow. Okay. And it's working with the energy flow of the lower legs. And it's also helping with venous stasis, so the venous return back to the heart. I think it also helps with afferent and efferent nerve fibers. So this is the only thing I know that works for restless leg syndrome, and it works really well if I get people to do it on the bed before they sleep for 5 minutes, and if they wake up in the middle of the night. And it works incredibly well for anxiety, because anxiety is usually that piece I showed you where we go, and then our energy field goes up here too much. So for anxiety, but with anxiety, you have to do it when you're not anxious initially. So you have to do it when you're feeling relaxed for about 30 days. And then when you're anxious, your body will reach for it. And that's really, the definition of healing to me, that I'm back in alignment enough that my body knows what to do, right? Because we've overridden it so many times that we don't know what to do. So I tell people with anxiety, give it a month before you can do it when you're really anxious. I don't know if you've ever been really anxious, but when you're really anxious, you're busy being really anxious. But after a while, the body will be like, let's toe tap. And that's the idea of healing for me. So what else does it work for? I use it for grounding. So I use this one all the time. And anybody who's got a chronic illness, if they can do this, I get them to start with 2 minutes, then move to 5, and then end up with 10. And if they can't, I get them to get a handheld massager and then just rub it on the legs. It'll do the same thing. They can rub it all over the feet and the legs and start the flow.
Would it work the same with the vibration machines? You know, those new machines where you stand and it kind of vibrates?
Yeah, those are great.
Okay.
Those are great. And I'm a fan of, there's a lot of sort of new age people that are like, no, you have to do it naturally. I don't care how the energy moves. And I think those vibration machines are very interesting.
They are. I mean, they've, again, had great science behind them. They were being used by astronauts to make sure that there wasn't muscle atrophy. So we know they work. Mm-hmm. And I do it about twice a week. It's at my cryo clinic. And you come out feeling like you just got washed. You just went through the car wash.
Exactly.
So there's definitely something happening in there.
Yeah. I owned one for many, many, many years. So I bought one of those big fancy ones and I just lent it to a friend of mine. So it's quite lovely. I quite enjoy that. Yeah.